Well, wow, Teacher Andy is first to arrive. What's that say right there? All right, we got Vietnam coming in, Teacher Andy. They're aware. The super engineer's talking to me about statistics. They got class in a couple minutes, and they're talking about 9 and 30 minutes, trying to give the time in English. It's just beautiful. It's exactly what you want. They're trying to talk, and then I'll say, "Oh, 9:30, your class starts." Yeah, 9:30. That type of. Many of them the first time actually speaking to a foreigner. You can tell. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Let me get everything set up here. Oh, Teacher Andy, it's wonderful to see Teacher Jesus wanting to get some recordings of Teacher John's. And then I forgot that actually he's always on the phone. So tonight, I'll ask Teacher John if he can give me permission, find it on the phone, and I'll record it. I'll stick around and record one of those classes because it's just like China. Once they understand what Teacher John's doing, they're all going to want to be a part of it. And he said Colombia is the same way. They want the British accent. And the way that Teacher John is showing, actually, as even he is sharing with that interview with Teacher Caddy. This is
yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. My headphones are not working. It's going right to the computer. So we're still recording. I wonder. Gaming headset still on. Hey guys, can you hear me? Teacher Andy, it looks like you froze. Oh, there he comes. He's coming back.
Yeah, I hear you.
You hear me? Okay. I'm going to pop this.
Someone froze.
Yeah. Headphones aren't working.
Yeah, I said I think Teacher John is about to realize what he got himself into.
Yeah. I just made a video to show individuals because they still don't know how to support Teacher John, and they're inside Web Talk posting, and I say thank you so much for the Web Talk post and supporting your favorite. They're like, oh, how? And then I make a video right now, just short. Search Teacher John. It's actually a little bit simpler for him. Search Teacher John. Go to his news feed and scroll down. Well, I just scrolled down and I missed a couple. Holy mackerel. After one class, he had about 15 different comments.
Yeah.
Well, I missed that beautiful Web Talk post of Teacher John. There's Teacher Toto.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I think that it's still a conditioning right now of being able to understand what supporting a teacher means. Once I feel like once the bugs get out of it and the news feed starts working correctly, and we can kind of see what what's being posted. I think that the teachers that are doing this, excuse me, oh sorry, the teachers that are doing this need to post 5 or 6 times at least throughout the day, and make sure that those posts are up, whatever they may be. They could be something simple like looking forward to the next class or anything.
Yes.
And make it a habit that when you see a post from your teacher, you gotta respond, you gotta talk, you gotta so that we can get that traffic rolling into those teachers things. Because if I post something, I don't really care if anybody responds. That's not really the idea for me. I don't care about that. What I care about is that we start responding to the teachers. And once again, once we have the widgets and all that, all this will be simplistic, simplistic in idea. It won't be so hard to follow it. And I was telling some of the teachers that I'm trying to figure out a way to get that link of the Google calendar or something. We need to figure out some calendar that works, instead of having to have teachers keep posting their Zoom meetings and posting. We need something that can be, maybe even put up once a day, that just has a list now of all the times of what teachers want to do. So I said I was going to try to figure out something, and I'm trying to figure out what would work. I feel like Google Classroom would be the best, but it just doesn't. John said that he put his information in and I can't see it on mine. So I don't know if it's my settings that I need to fix on that or something. But if we could just have that link and just, for this week, look at this link, or even for the day, every day, just post the same link, and all the teachers are putting their times in there. It just makes it easier. And if you can't take the time to go find that, and you keep going, well, when's the meeting? Well, then put a little effort into it.
Right. And what I'll do, Teacher Andy, with that is tomorrow I have a computer engineer coming to the English clinic.
Oh, okay.
So I will ask him exactly, and he will know what to do.
That'd be perfect. Yeah. So ask him if there's, if Google Calendar is the best way to do it. And if it's not, then we got to figure out a way where we can just make it into a list with maybe link, like Zoom link and times, because John, his are going to be the same every single day,
right?
And Rahat's going to be the same every single day or every single week. I think Jesus probably will get into a pretty disciplined kind of schedule. I would guess Toto is going to do the same thing. Who else? Anyway, oh yeah, Nalutza will have a pretty good schedule of time. And she's only doing it on Saturday, correct?
Saturdays.
Yeah.
And a set time. Teacher Rahat,
right.
Beautiful bonus for us. Saturday, set time in February.
Right. So that's what we need to do. Instead of having to repost, if we can find a calendar that anybody can click on and see the times, that would be great. Make it easy, and just make it easier for them. I think some of the people were saying that, some of the teachers were just saying that it's a little bit difficult to have to keep posting their Zoom. And I really don't think that they need to. You can scroll through the news feed and find it.
Exactly, and that's where actually it's kind of nice, because the web talkers, the new ones, are asking questions inside Web Talk. How can I support teachers? When I write something, beautiful Web Talk post, thank you for supporting teachers, and they write how? Well, if creating videos, very short ones like I just did, and the students then learn to search, because Web Talk's a giant search engine. That's what it really is. It's a search engine.
Right.
And, they're able to say, okay, I got 10 teachers. I got Teacher Martin. I got Teacher Toto. I got Teacher Andy. I got Teacher John. I got Coach Saluzza. I got 5 and a 5. Then what do? They just search those people in Web Talk and go right to the news feed. And they go down, they take 10, 15 minutes, go right down, look at everything, emoji, write, comment, there's your support.
Well, and Jesus just sent a message that said it literally the same. I don't know. I think you can hear me. So he says, that's what I have asked to have, like a type of schedule or table to make arrangements and join some of them. In 2 weeks' time, I will start with the guys from here to join. Which is, I mean, that's exactly what it is. Even the teachers are saying, "Hey, we need something that has a schedule." So, I mean, it's the next step thing we got to do. I'll mess around. I'll try to mess around with it tomorrow. I think I might have some time during school, but that would be something that'd be very helpful. But the thing is I was thinking there was a way you can only post photos or videos, so it's kind of hard to post a photo with like a schedule, but then the links aren't really there to click on. So we got to find some way to just post it, once a day or twice a day, whatever, so that people can see it. But
even with the links, I know that active web talkers are going to realize that they don't need links. They just look at that ID number that they're going to memorize over time.
Well, they don't even have to memorize it. They just click on the arrow and it pulls down a list of all the different meetings. So I mean, you might need the password, but now everybody's Zoom should just, like mine is just a whole list of and what's cool is people they've named their Zoom their name, not just some silly name. It's actually the name of the person, which they should continue to do. New people should continue to do that. Like Grant, like I can see his name, I can see the different names of people, and so really you don't even need the numbers anymore. You might need a password, but do we even really need a password? I mean, as long as people are going to Web Talk to see what time it is, that must mean that they're in Web Talk.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, so that's something that can be fixed. It can be done. I've been slacking a little bit, so I'll try to work on that. But yeah, ask your people and see if anybody has any suggestions. With what we have with Web Talk, how can we make it a little bit easier to access this information so that everyone can just go in and check? Because I mean, Jesus just said it. If there was a schedule, I could look at the schedule and kind of bide my time. Because that's the problem. Like for me, like I'm not seeing. Like I said, like I'm not seeing a news feed right now. So every once in a while I'll see a post like, oh, this class is up. I'm like, oh shoot, and then either it's gone or I can get into it, one or the other. But it has been a little bit difficult trying to find that. Could get on a computer, I guess. But yeah, so that's something. Well, we have some people on. I would. Basically for me, I'm here to answer some questions. If people have any questions or ideas or anything that they want to talk about, it's kind of open forum for anybody who wants to get on and talk. So I don't know if the people that are on are Toto's people that she has gotten involved, or if they're just people that are here. I don't know. Toto, are any of these people that I see on here people that you've invited?
Yes.
Nice.
Most of the people here I invite.
Oh.
Yes, I invited.
You. Just inviting left and right. Nice. So how about this? First of all, Toto, why don't you just kind of, not like introduce them, but just kind of say like, kind of general who has been signing up with you and what their need is, like what they're wanting to get from Web Talk. And then if when she's kind of done talking about anything that if you have any questions or anything, Toto, that maybe people are asking you and you want to have that answered, that'd be perfect. And then if anybody that's on here wants to get on and talk and introduce themselves or whatever, that's fine. If they don't, that's cool too.
Actually, they join West Talk because they want to study English. I think it's very simple. And then the next one, they want to communicate with the people all over the world. Actually, they need an environment to practice English.
Why are so many people from Vietnam wanting to learn English?
English is very important in my country nowadays because you know my country are the developing country. So most of people from all over the world they come to my country and then invest. So if we
Ah,
want to a good job in the future, so we need to learn English. Also,
okay.
most of the students they want to study abroad.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um, so I'm trying to think how to state this question. So how many of these people, what kind of like how are they learning English right now? Like before Web Talk, before you found out everything, before you started all your, inviting, what were people doing to learn English?
Um, um, in our country, the main for people they study English is go to the center, go
Okay.
to the English center to study, but they need to pay a lot of money, and for 1 month they just only one time or two time. I think two time to speak with native speakers. So it's very few chance to speak with native speaker. So they usually go to the park and looking for looking for the tourists.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Talk with them a little. Some people they pay they pay for them accommodation fee and let them to eat around the city to have a chance to talk with negative speaker. So it's very hard to practice English in my country. And
Yeah.
also we have some group in Facebook to practice English together, but it's not really have quality. Yes.
So, okay. Yeah. So how much does it cost for people to go to the center even twice a month?
No, I mean only twice a month we have a chance to practice with native speakers.
Oh, okay.
But
But how much does it cost to go to that center?
center, I think it depends on the center, and most of the center in our country that we need to pay for 6 months for a cost, and maybe it's I don't know how much, but I think 20,000 Vietnam đồng. I'm sorry, I need to change this
The don,
in dollar.
what is the
All right,
exchange
I'm
rate?
gonna figure it out.
What is it, is it 100? Isn't it like 100,000 or
Yes, yes,
10?
yes. No, 1,000 for 6 months.
$1,000 for 6 months?
Yes, I think it's normally.
So here's what I have to say. Like I really do have to say this. Do the people that you've signed up, do they understand that $200 for an entire year and 5 levels? Do they
Actually,
understand that?
no.
Because if they can find $1,000 for 6 months, then they can find $200 for a year and 5 levels.
Hmm. Actually, I just send this for two of the people that I invited. And actually, Linh Nguyệt, I think Mr. Tim know. Linh Nguyệt and Hưng Hà. And I send the 5 level for Hưng Nguyệt and Hưng Hà, and they invited many people, and we support in the group. That's we learn English together, and then have the teachers to have us study English and contact in web talk.
Yeah, I mean, see, I know how much the US dollar is worth
Yes.
in Vietnam, and I just here's the thing is I hear $1,000. That means 10. That would be 10 people would have 5 levels. Does that make
Wow.
sense? So if you said, okay, everybody that spends $1,000, 10 of you that spend $1,000 for 6 months, come up with $1,000 amongst all of you. So it's even less. So 10 people, I mean, it just, because it's only 10 people could do it because 5 people would be paying the 200. So 10 people could come up with that 1,000 that they would be spending by themselves for
Yes.
6 months. And I just feel like the center is nice because they can go to it, but now they have access to at least 8 to 10 teachers at pretty much any time that they want. Now they don't have to. Like this is not saying that everybody that signs up needs to do this. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if people understand the value of this 5 levels, because see, the thing is WebTalk is paying in US terms. So if let's say a person is worth, I don't know, $50 a month, but you have 10 of them, that's a lot of money for Vietnam, and that's a lot of money
Yes.
for the community. And so think about the investment that you're making for your community, because you're already making that investment for yourself. And I'm talking about other people because I know what you've done. But
Yes.
that's the thing, is that's one of the things that I really liked about this is that I know it costs a lot for people to learn English. But people spend that money because they know they need it. You said it. Our country is coming about. It's starting to grow. It's starting to become a kind of a global kind of interaction, and we need to learn English. But here is your opportunity to interact, but then you're going to have other people interacting with your people, with your comments, with everybody's, and we're going to start generating this revenue that is going to be substantial for people like yourself and the people in Vietnam. That's just bottom line. The value of this is massive. Now here's here's the other part of it. You don't have to pay a dime. You could still get some great stuff out of the one level. You really could. But understand that the mindset right now is saying, I will pay $1,000 for 6 months to go talk to a native speaker maybe twice a month. So that means you would talk to a native teacher 12 times for $1,000, or every day for 100. Because you just said it's $1,000 for 6 months, it's 200 for the year. So $100 every 6 months for access to any teacher pretty much every day. That's a pretty good value.
Yes.
So, you're saving $900 every 6 months and getting access
Yeah.
and getting access to any teacher you want, and that amount of teacher is going to grow exponentially, like very quickly. I mean, we have 2 teachers from Asia right now that are they're on the verge of just going crazy. And what's great is they know kind of how to deal with teaching Asian countries already. So it's not like it's going to be some big like difference for them. And so so just think about that as you know, and people that are listening or whatever. I just see the value that this could bring to a community and to a country. And man, to hear that it costs 1,000. I mean, think of what you could do in your community if you're saving $900 every 6 months. What can you do with that? Many things. There's plenty of better things to spend money on right now than going to the center to talk to a native speaker 12 times in 6 months, when you could be talking to 4, maybe 5 in a day if you wanted to. So yeah, just think about it. But yeah, it's very interesting. And so you know, because I'm curious personally. I'm curious. What is causing Vietnam to become more of a global kind of place? What's changing?
Actually, this question I don't know much.
Okay, so but you're saying that people need to learn English because people are coming and investing. What are
Yes.
people investing in? Property, or is it business, or what?
Yes, for business and for education, for everything, I think.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I like I've said before, Vietnam is one of the countries that I really want to know more about. So this is me being selfish and asking you questions because I want to know. So you know, I'm not setting up teachers just because I don't want to learn anything. I do want to learn. And I really appreciate you answering the questions. Okay, so does anybody else have any questions? Anybody else on here want to you know, unmute their mic and ask some questions about Web Talk, or maybe you want to ask Toto in Vietnamese and then she can interpret it? That's fine too. I don't really care. Does Terry have any questions today?
4 from Vietnam, and then teacher Toto's 5. That's wonderful.
Ngân Lê, do you have any question? Or Trấn Trung, do you have any question? Yeah.
No, I don't have.
Chen
Beautiful.
says no.
No, and then mutes his mic, you know, puts it on. Boop.
You've been training your people very well to know how to interact on this. This is great.
Yeah.
Actually,
So
they really shy to speak English.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, that's it. Hey, if I was sitting in here listening to Vietnamese and I was supposed to talk, I probably wouldn't hit my mic either. I would just be listening. That's
Okay.
the thing is people act like it's like they're like it's not like they shouldn't be nervous. Of course they should be. I mean, it's a little bit hard to do. So listen away.
Okay, I think I will correct their question, and then after this, I can show you their question and then ask you, and you can answer about this question
Okay.
even better.
Well, they can actually write their question right in here in the chat if they want.
Yes, yes.
That's fine too. Or they can message you. It's okay. Whatever they want to do is fine.
Yes, yes. Actually, I before I mentioned that I want to invite the teacher, and
Oh yeah.
but actually I think I need a video. Do you suggest me a video that you talk with teacher Steve or some teacher that it can when I send the video for my teacher so they can understand a little bit about web talk? Can you suggestion for me a video like this? I mean,
Um
yes.
wasn't I don't know, wasn't it a couple days ago, Tim, that I was kind of explaining to, I think it was Toto was on it as well, just kind of explaining Web Talk and what was going on with it. Wasn't there a video? I don't know.
A video.
I can't remember.
Hmm.
But I mean, very simply, I mean, what kind of things do you want? Like just like a quick overview or a quick like idea of what Web Talk is about?
Yes, yes,
I
yes,
mean,
yes.
I can do that right now. That's fine.
So
So you're asking, you have a friend that's a teacher, and they're kind of interested, but they really would like to get a little bit more information about what Web Talk is about.
yes,
Would they, and they teach, this teacher teaches English, yes?
yes,
Okay. And they are just trying to figure out if it's something that they might want to do.
yes.
And they're from Vietnam.
No, some
Oh,
teacher from Filipino, and
oh, okay, Philippines.
I have a teacher from American. So I really hard to communicate with them. Actually, I intend to invite some Vietnamese English teacher to, for example, teacher Hiểu Huỳnh. He will come to Web Talk and teach soon after
Yeah,
he
yeah.
took IELTS exam.
Okay. So let me explain it to some teachers that you're going to talk to.
Yes.
Whether those teachers are in the Philippines, American, Vietnamese, whatever. They want to, they teach English and they want to get some more information. That's fine. So this is for people that she's going to talk to. As far as being a teacher, what we have here is the Innovative Global English, which is connected to around 60 or more countries, all people who want to learn English and people that teach English. Now, most of these teachers do something as far as like online teaching. They probably do some private classes, or they do some classes for free. Most teachers that are involved with us are teachers that do a lot of just teaching for free because it's something that they love and they want to do. Now, the teachers that we have talked to and the teachers that are coming and joining, we have zero expectation of what they do. If they would like to do 30 minutes or 3 hours, that is up to them. There is nothing that says that we will dictate what they have to do. They do not have to do anything other than what they want to do. That is fine. Now, what's great about this platform is that we're using Zoom right now. Video should show up in Web Talk at some point, but right now we're doing Zoom meetings because it's the easiest way for teachers to do that. What you can do as a teacher is you can come in, you can do a class however you like. Some teachers do just grammar, others do conversational English, others do reviews of movies. Some people do life coaching. Others teach Spanish and English. If you want to teach your native tongue, you can do that too. It is all up to you. But with Web Talk, what Web Talk is, the idea here is that Web Talk pays its users to use their site. So what we're doing is we're telling students, you can come on, you can learn English for free, you can interact with many teachers from around the world. Schedules are being built to where you can find out when a teacher is going to do a class, and you can join as a teacher or a student. It doesn't matter. You can just go and enjoy a class. You can listen to a class. You can interact with the teacher. You can do whatever you want. And as we do these Zooms, what we are doing is having people join Web Talk so that they can interact with these teachers on Web Talk. And why are we doing that? Because Web Talk has said that they are going to pay the users of Web Talk a revenue for using the site. So instead of Facebook where you go in and do a live or do a video and people comment and like and share and do all that, and you get nothing out of it but the joy of teaching. With Web Talk, it creates revenue. All this action that people do, they like, they comment, they share your videos, they interact with you, they ask you questions. Whatever they do on Web Talk is going to start generating extra revenue. Now, as a teacher, if you don't want to pay to, be part of Web Talk, you don't have to. You can join for free. You join for free. People sign up. So all of your students that you've been teaching in whatever country you are or around the world, you tell them, hey, there's a new social media site. Here's my link. They sign up. Now those people are direct referrals. And as they interact and do things, that generates more revenue for you as a teacher. So now you don't have to ask your students to pay. You just ask them to interact with you, and that's going to generate revenue. Now, the next part is if you choose to buy the Pro package and the first 1,000,000 people that either purchase a Pro package or a direct referral purchase a Pro package, they will get 5 levels of income. So for free, the one level pays 10% of whatever the company makes. If you do the 200 for the year, you pay that 200 for the year and get a Pro package, or someone else does, then it opens up 5 levels and each level pays 10%. So there's 2 ways to kind of generate revenue. You can join for free, be a free user, not spend a dime. We don't ask people to spend a dime, and we don't ask students to spend a dime to learn. What we do ask them to do is interact and generate some activity so that teacher gets some extra revenue. So there's 2 ways: free, which is fine, one level, 10%. Pay $200 for the year for the Pro package, be the first 1,000,000, one of the first 1,000,000 that do that, and now you have 5 levels. And that 5 levels is just all the activity that's going on, but below you is going to generate revenue and help you be able to keep teaching for free and helping people around the world learn English. And that's basically it. Now, if you would have more questions, which I would think most teachers would, we're always doing Zoom meetings and things like that, and you can get on, you can ask questions. There are other teachers that could get on and kind of explain to you what kind of the process that they went through to kind of figure out what this is all about and why they like it so much. But this is going to be a massive, this is global English. This is global interaction. Many teachers are getting involved and many students are getting involved, and it's awesome. And I would say whether you want to do this for free or whether you want to pay or whether you just need a little bit more information, please find out more information before saying yes or no, because I think that, to me, this is going to be one of the biggest changes in education. And we want any teacher with a global view to be part of something amazing, because teachers around the world are spending their time helping their students, and it would help to have a little bit more revenue. And that's what we're here to help teachers get more revenue so they can do more for their communities and for global communities as well. And that's it for me. Tim, if you have anything else.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and we know, Teacher Toto, you're going to express it your way through the listening of Teacher Andy. You're going to share it with a clear picture for them, the teachers of the world. And, as you guys were talking, Luke, who is in Web Talk, sharing this Q&A, and not the Q&A, the congratulations to Innovative English of Vietnam, Super Dad Andy, sharing the post from yesterday. He shared it, he wrote something in Web Talk, same time you guys are communicating. And that it's that simple to support each other. You guys are gonna learn that actually supporting each other in Web Talk is what it's all about. You guys are just, most of you learning English. So we're trying to help you say, just support your teachers. This is going to cut off, so we'll be right back, for the second part. And
All right.
yeah.